everybody, and welcome back to SBRpicks.com. The NCAA Tournament is underway. We had Selection Sunday yesterday, and last night, Dave Golokhov, Peter Loshak, Jordan Sharp, and I gave first looks at the seedings and the teams. You guys can check out the entire hour-long first look from our link in the description of this video. And right now, I'm joined with handicapper Dave Golokhov to talk about the Tuesday first-round bubble team matchups. We're going to kick it off right now talking about that BYU versus Ole Miss pairing. Welcome back, Dave, and thanks for being on with us today.
You're welcome.
Now, Dave, as I was telling you earlier before the show, I'm suffering from a little bit of a Selection Sunday hangover here. I'm still so bitter about that Ole Miss making it into the tournament over Miami. I just don't see what happened there, but maybe you can clear things up for us here. What do you think about this Ole Miss team as our 2.5-point underdog in this matchup?
Well, I think if you're betting Ole Miss in this spot, you're kind of hoping that that they have that renewed sense of urgency. You know, it's kind of like you're watching a movie and your action hero is died on the table and they pull out the defibrillator and then he lives the rest of his life supercharged. I mean, I think that's really your only case for Ole Miss because I think they were dead to rights for the most part. They do have an excellent player in Stephen Moody. He's a pretty good guard, averages 16.3 points per game, 3.5 rebounds. Maybe he's the best player on the court tonight. And if he plays, like a star, then I think Ole Miss might have a shot. But really, that's kind of what you're hoping for with Ole Miss because this is a team that lost, I think 4 or 5 to end the season. The bad loss to South Carolina. Everyone thought they were done, so they've got to really play with a renewed sense of urgency here.
Okay, so now let's turn our heads then over to their opponent for this evening, who I'm certainly going to be rooting for. It's the BYU Cougars. Huge offensive team here. They light up the threes, top 30 in the nation for their three-point field goal percentage. What do you think about this BYU squad in this particular spot against the Ole Miss Rebels?
Yeah, I think they're the bet here. I think that, you're right, bang on with the threes. They love their three-pointers. They were second in the conference and inside the top 30 in three-point field goal percentage. This is a team that shoots really well, plays fairly well at the offensive end, going up against an Ole Miss team that is fairly one-dimensional and doesn't score particularly well. Ole Miss is 8th or worse in the SEC in pretty much, all of the important shooting categories. Field goal percentage, 2 points, 2-point field goals, 3-point field goals. So you're looking at one team that's pretty good offensively going up against another one that's going to be relying on Moody to do, everything for them. The other thing, too, is the momentum. We mentioned Ole Miss is slumping a little bit, but BYU, I think BYU is basically ranked so low because they don't have very many credible wins. They're 25-9, but anytime they stepped up in competition, they basically got shellacked. But at the same time, going into the tournament with a bunch of wins, 8 of 9? I think they won 8 of 9 with the lone loss being to Gonzaga. They should have more momentum than an Ole Miss team that's lost 4 of 5. I also think, lastly, why I like BYU is just because I think Moody's too one-dimensional. They can focus their defense on him. I don't think BYU is that great defensively, but I think the job tonight is pretty easy. Just don't let Moody go bananas and everything else should be fine for you. So I think BYU is the play.
All right, then. So overall, 2 bubble teams here. We got Ole Miss versus BYU. It sounds like you're leaning towards BYU in this one. Am I right?
Yes, definitely leaning to BYU. I think, they also, I should throw in, kind of got roughed up in the tournament last year. They're back. I think they'll be back with a vengeance. I don't think Ole Miss deserved to be here, and I think we'll see that tonight.
All right, guys, so there you have it. Then take BYU here to defeat Ole Miss, -2.5, and you can find that at the Greek. Also, be sure to check out our video for free picks on that Hampton versus Manhattan matchup, also on Tuesday. or check out our full first look at all the teams and seedings in the tournament. You can find all of those links in the description below of this video. Dave, it's a pleasure talking college basketball with you. I look forward to talking more free picks with you tomorrow.
Sounds good.
All right, guys, good luck on your picks tonight. And until next time, this is Megan Rochester for SBRpicks.com.